Making a Cane from Privet Hedge. William Hovey Smith, 2025. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And today we're talking about an aspect of privet hedge. Yes, sir. Privet hedge is a vile, disgusting, despicable, invasive plant that archaeologists, geologists, and homeowners all over the eastern part of North America, and western too now, have been fighting for decades. Ever since our ancestors brought it into the country, it has proliferated beyond all expectations. This stuff, once it gets started, can almost never be eliminated except paving under 4 inches of concrete. Well, how did that happen? Well, I once thought that privet was a name, meaning a person's name. And so I cursed him soundly for bringing it in, or recognizing it. But, as it turns out, there are many species of privet located in Eurasia, meaning Asia, and Europe, and imported into the U.S. from all over. And privet comes from Old English meaning private, because it formed a quick growing, thick hedge. It could be trimmed, and you could enjoy privacy beyond it. In the southeast, it was used for, well, one common use was to hide the privet. Yeah, you would put a walkway of privet hedge going back and forth to the privet. All right. Well, however, we got it. And it seeds prolifically. Not only that, but it also sprouts from the roots. So if you pull up a piece of plant and you get most of the roots, but you don't get all of them, sure enough, up it comes. What? Now, once it gets loose in a river bottom, or in a creek bottom, or around a plantation house, it is literally there forever. Does it have any beneficial uses at all? Well, yes, it does, to be honest. Birds feed and carry the seed. And what the river waters don't move, the birds do. So that's another way it gets around. It also has long interconnected roots. So one plant over here may be connected to another plant yonder way, 8 or 10 yards away. But what to do with it? So you pull it and you grub it and you poison it and you try to suppress it and you mow the blazes out of it, and what you get, instead of tall privet hedge, you get short privet hedge. Somewhat better. Well, we have taken some small measure of revenge. In clearing up from Hurricane Helene, I had numerous trees fall in my yard. And I also had privet hedge hanging over and being blown over my yard, so it made it very difficult to mow without going through all these branches. And so periodically we have to cut out the hedgerow. And in doing so, we found a particularly large piece of privet hedge that's 4 inches in diameter at the trunk. And I had smaller branches. So one of these branches was interestingly crooked. I use a cane. So consequently, we are making a cane out of privet hedge. Just so. I have long advocated that backyard deer hunting, converting deer to dinner for pennies or pound, needs to be in every library in North America. It's getting closer to actually getting there. Early next week, I'll actually be doing an interview with a publisher who wants to put this book out. A mainstream publisher, I can't name it. But hopefully you will be able to see this book more commonly known and more commonly used than it is at present. At the moment, it is available from Amazon.com, and you can see the gist of it actually in a video. What advantage does this have as being wood suitable for cane? Well, one thing, it is flexible. It is also dense, surprisingly so. This is heavier than a similar length cane made of poplar, for example, which I have done and have a video about that one too. And it had an interestingly shaped head. And I have a machine behind me, knife making machine, that I'm grinding it. Now I'm going to leave the bark on. It's kind of decorative. And these white specks you see are where little small branches protruding. And these have been cutting off, and I'm leaving for decorative effects. And we've also shaped the head to remove any sharp projections. But nonetheless, gives a good purchase to the hand. Yes, sir. So, this is our small revenge on the world of Privet Hedge. For those who say Privet Hedge does not grow that big, well, this is where that walking stick came from. And yes, it is indeed Privet Hedge. Making your own cane has the advantages that you select the wood from a place that's meaningful to you, and finish it however you like, and cut it to the length that fits you best. And this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.